Right, everybody, welcome back to some more hot takes. Yes, we're doing this again. I'm reacting to your hot takes, your terrible zombies takes. Without further ado, let's hop right into it with our first hot take from Anakin Skywalker. BO6 will probably still be fun after the honeymoon phase. Get it? Because it's Call of Duty and phase is COD. Did COD trick shots and we're talking about COD. Never mind, it wasn't funny. Don't know why I read that in that voice. Anyway, yeah, Mum, get the camera. Anyway, let's go on to actual hot takes now. Sorry, just had to get that one out. Alright, our first actual hot take comes in from Inexorable7193, who says, don't know if this is one, but BO6 is miles better than Cold War. Completely agree with you. Completely agree, actually. It's basically an improvement on Cold War in just about every way. You know, it's it's very fun. I have been having some fun with it. I haven't played it as much recently. However, on the flip side of this, we have a hot take from MagCS6233 who says, Cold War Zombies was better than BO6. So far, at least. No barriers and even more generic feeling in Black Ops 6 compared to Cold War. It almost feels like COD Mobile, if that makes any sense. Well, right. Firstly, no barriers. What sort of fucking argument is that? No barriers. Who misses barriers and who misses rebuilding window barriers in Call of Duty? Not me. I'm gonna be honest. I basically never know they exist. I basically forget they exist past round 2. And don't even get me started on the Carpenter drop. You know, what was the most hated drop before Black Ops 4? Don't get me started on that drop. Even more generic feeling in BO6 compared to Cold War, I disagree. There's more going on in Black Ops 6, you know, you got... things are getting interesting. The maps, the settings of the maps are all more interesting. You have the prison island of Terminus, all the fucking experiments. You have Liberty Falls, the small American town, probably the most generic out of the bunch, but still manages to set itself apart. And then you have Citadel, which is a castle full of loads of chaos references. Even more generic feeling, I don't think I agree with any of this. Hard disagree with basically all of this. It almost feels like COD Mobile. I don't think I've ever played COD Mobile Zombies. I remember I played a bit of COD Mobile. Even if it's a mobile game, we need a game like COD Mobile where it's just the best of COD. I know it was COD Online, which was China only a few years back, but yeah. I'm rambling. Side rant over. Anyway. And on this same topic, Alibi Ayana 3919 says BO6 is still a BO6 Zombies is still a soulless mess. I'd rather play BO2 Die Rise. Right. Firstly, I don't think it's soulless, BO6. The one thing I'd say quite soulless about is the sort of the AI fiasco that's been going on with the AI voices and voice actors being recast. I'm not a massive fan of that. That's kind of shit, and I don't like that. I say kind of shit, that's very shit. And the AI art as well being sold in bundles is absolute shit, but that's less of a zombies problem and more of a BO6 in general problem. I would rather play BO2 Die Rise. I think all of the BO6 maps are better than Die Rise, personally. Not to say Die Rise is a bad map, I quite like Die Rise. There's a lot to set itself apart in terms of its gameplay. It's not without problems, but it's quite fun to go back to every now and then. Alright, our next one comes in from The Legend, who says, hot take, BO6 Die Rise? No, I've got BO6 in my head all of a sudden. Die Rise is far better than any Cold War map. There's a bit of a obsession over Die Rise this time around. I see there's only 2 comments, but it's gonna be like the Outbreak. No, not Outbreak. Was it Infection Burger Town of the last time? We're gonna have a load of hot takes regarding Burger Town. God. Die Rise is far better than any Cold War map. I feel like Die Rise does more to set itself apart from the maps in BO2 than any of the Cold War maps do to set themselves apart from each other. The only map that really does something to set itself apart in terms of how the map plays in Cold War is Firebase Z, and funnily enough, I think that's the worst map in the game due to the way they did it with the fucking defense rounds. They're good on their own, but those fucking orders are yikes. I'd say that Die Rise is definitely better than Firebase Z. Did I rank it higher than... I think I ranked it higher than Outbreak Mode in my map ranking. I don't think I ranked it higher than any of the other maps, though. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm going to respectfully disagree, but I'm not going to say you're wrong, honestly. That's something I can respect. It's not like, I'm saying it's not like BO6 being better than Dire-Rise at that point. I think, I don't know. Or sorry, Dire-Rise being better than BO6. I'm rambling. I do this a lot in my hot take videos, don't I? I just go off course and I just fucking ramble. It's what happens when I'm not going off a script. Right, I don't necessarily agree, but I see the angle you're coming from, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Right, next hot take comes from by Ayana again. Hot take, the Treyarch Zombies... I'm having a stroke. The Zombies Treyarch we know now should have just ended after Black Ops 4. They should have brought back IW Zombies or old school. For fuck's sake, I can't speak today, can I? Or old school Spec Ops, like in the original MW2, and I also guess MW3 as well, but that's not part of the thing. Right, honestly, I don't think it's a bad thing that Dark Ether is a thing, you know. I think Dark Ether, you know, has its right to party, I guess. You know, people would have probably gone, oh, but where's the Treyarch Zombies? Where is it? You know, had they have not brought that back and instead, like, brought back IW Zombies. I do agree, though, that they should have brought back IW and also the other non-Treyarchs. They should have done sequels for Exo Zombies and World War II Zombies as well. The IW Zombie sequel not being in Modern Warfare 2019, that being canned, was absolutely fucking criminal. Old school Spec Ops as well, that would have been great to return. I think it did kind of return in MW 2019 as well, but it wasn't really the same. Our next one comes in from Majin Cubone, who says, people really need to get over the fact that Primus is gone. Their story is over and they really shouldn't come back. 100% agree. 1000% agree. In fact, like, dude, people, there's been leaks about saying how Primus is coming back, the original crew, they're bringing them back, oh. And I feel like if they do bring back the original crew, they shouldn't be Primus or Ultimus or any of that coming back. It should be their own separate thing, like Primus or Ultimus and how they're separate things. I don't know how I feel about them, about the potential of them being brought back, if I'm honest. I'm not sure if I feel good about that, to be honest, because they had their time, they had their story. Obviously, there's BO3 fanboys who are going to claim, you know, oh, I don't like the BO4 storyline, it's not canon, where's my BO3 sequel that I deserved? But then fuck them. Our next one comes in from Mobspy the VA, who says, I actually like Alpha Omega. It's far from perfect, but I put it as like a B tier map. It does have its problems, like the valves, red Nova crawlers, and zero originality, but there are things I like about it. The concept of Primus and Ultimus meeting is an amazing idea. The ray gun variants are easy to obtain and fun to use, and the Easter egg is actually enjoyable, minus the red Nova crawler step. Not to mention all the side Easter eggs, it's a fun map, I don't think it deserves to be anyone's F tier. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I started reading that so fast. Right, let's firstly, I actually like Alpha Omega. Same, far from perfect, agree, but I put it as like a B tier map, yes, B or A tier would be my ranking. It does have problems, like the valves. I don't think the valves are kind of annoying. They're like the Templars, but just not as annoying because, sure, you can't do anything about them going off, but when it comes to actually reactivating them or turning the valves, you can take as much time as you need. If you like get overwhelmed or something, you can run away from the valve and clear out the zombies, come back, and it'll still have its progress. Unlike the generators, where you run away and the progress starts going down if you lose the generator, of course. I don't know why I'm bringing Origins into this, if I'm gonna be honest. Red Nova crawlers, I presume because you're saying about the Nova crawler step, you're talking about the Easter egg here. I'm pretty sure that's a particularly infamous step from Alpha Omega. I feel like I have heard some things about it. But if you're not talking about that and you're talking about the Nova bombers, I agree, those fucks are annoying. The worst thing about that map, in fact, zero originality. Honestly, despite it not being very original, it's basically part of the Blackout map, pretty much. That's been given a zombies coat of paint and turned into his Nuketown Zombies remake. I never really played Blackout, so I don't really have that connection to the two. It doesn't really bother me that much, the zero originality thing. It's still managed to be unique from Nuketown Zombies, at least. The concept of Primus and Ultimus meeting is an amazing idea. Yes, it is. I think the map itself suits Victus more than Primus and Ultimus. It's like, the only sort of connection they have is Pete McCain, and Dempsey. Victus have a lot more connections, and I think it was theorized, wasn't it, that Victus were meant to be in this map and then Primus and Ultimus were meant to be in Targ, but then I don't know what happened. But honestly, whatever way it went, amazing idea. The ray gun variants are easy to obtain and fun to use. Easy to obtain, for the most part. I'd say yes, except for the Is it the shotgun one? The one when you need to throw a grenade through the chimney. I fucking hate that one. I fucking hate that step of throwing the fucking grenade through the chimney. God. But yes, easy to attain, easy to remember. The Easter egg is actually enjoyable, minus the red and overcrawler step. Can't say I have any experience. Not to mention all the side Easter eggs. I think I've done a couple of them. I know I did the shoot off the statues' heads to get the statue round on the free perk drop. I remember I did that once. That's a quite good Easter egg. I haven't actually... I need to have a look at some of these side Easter eggs, man. Maybe that's a sort of an idea for a series I do. Like, I do all the side Easter eggs in a map. It's a fun map, and I don't think it deserves to be in everyone's F tier. Yes, I completely agree. Next one comes in from Kakusa, who says, World War II might be the best version of zombies. Oh, that's a spicy one. That is a spicy take. World War II did a load of cool things. I think it had the best version of the I'm having a fucking aneurysm. The weapon loadout system. It had the best version of that, I think. The Raven perks. Those were amazing. I like the Raven perk system a lot. There were problems though. I feel like the enemy selection could have been better. I love the enemy designs, but the selection of them. We had Wustlings, Pests, and Bombers in every fucking map, and some of the enemies were quite annoying. What is your fucking name? I was gonna say name a thing, but I can't even fucking remember it. The sprinty guys, running guys, Sizzlers from fucking Shadow Throne. Those fucks can go to hell. He did some great things, yes. Is it the best version of zombies? Nope. I think BO4, IW, and BO3 at the very least are better. But it's a good iteration of zombies, and it's one I like to come back to. I also like the characters selection thing. Like, this is the first zombies game you could actually select your fucking character. Our next one comes in from that. Jazaloritz1123. I think I probably butchered that name, and matter of fact, I absolutely did. But whatever. Hey ho. Vanguard Zombies is the best iteration of perk progression in the series. If we had the old point system, it'd not even be debatable IMO. What? Okay, let's dissect this one. Alright, Vanguard, it did perk progression a little differently. For Vanguard Zombies, you had 5 perks, and these perks could be bought before time to strengthen their effects. I think that it makes, in terms of making the actual setup process and the sort of the building your strength part longer, and I think it's a better, it's weird, it feels clunky. I think is the best way to put it. Like, it feels clunky, if that makes any sense. I think BO6 had better like perk progression with the augments. And I want to say that some of the BO1 and BO2 maps had better perk progression. If you had like a mix between BO1, IW, BO6 would be the perfect thing. Like, you had 5 perk slots to begin with, you could refund perks, you had the perk augments, and on top of that, you had ways to get extra perk slots. But I wouldn't say it's the best iteration of perks and perk progression. I'd say probably IW or BO6. The next one comes in from P44 Eat, and he actually has 3 hot takes. The Pack-a-Punch camos in World War II Tortured Path are the best papped camos in all of the zombies. I can't actually remember any of them off the top of my head. I did record some background footage for Altar of Blood recently, and that had like an animated sort of gold electric camo, which I quite like. I can't remember what the ones in Bodega and Mount Olympus looked like, because they had their own, all 3 maps had their own Pack-a-Punch camo, but I do like the Altar of Blood one. I cannot remember the other 2. That's the best papped camos in all of zombies though. I definitely think the Origins one and the DE one I think are better. The Beta Beyond double pack camo I think is quite good as well. The Decimator Shield in Vanguard is the best wonder weapon of all time. What the actual fuck? Okay, firstly, Decimator Shield. Big blast around you, unlimited ammo, recharges every 30 seconds, so it's basically unlimited. Yeah, it's a strong wonder weapon. It's pretty damn strong. I think the Apothicon Servant, Thunder Gun, the, what's the name of the bloody thing? I think the Rave Crossbows as well, Alistair's Annihilator, even the Jet Gun from Liberty Falls. Not the one from Transit, alright, but the Liberty Falls one. I don't know, I wouldn't say it's the best wonder weapon of all time, by any means. There's plenty of wonder weapons I think are stronger. The Cerberus as well. If we're going over the best wonder weapon of all time, I'd say the Cerberus and the Crystal Axe. The Crystal Axe, unlimited ammo, you don't even need to buy ammo. It 2-shot zombies at health cap, I'm pretty sure. It's a 1-shot if you hit them twice. It's like a boomerang. And the last one, Hot take 3, the best gun in all of the zombies is whichever gun you are currently grinding camos on. Well, I'm not currently doing the zombies camo grind for VO6, I'm currently doing the multiplayer one, and as of the time I posted this, that thing was the HE1. So the HE1 is the best gun in all of zombies. Next one comes in from Silvertongue710, who says they shouldn't mix all modes together. Despite loving chaos, they deserve their own story, even if it is left on a cliffhanger. I enjoy the occasional zombie mission and campaign, but I don't care for the characters being in zombies. I feel like Weaver is more of a zombies character now than he is a campaign character. I see him as the guy from the new Zombies more than I do see for the Black Ops 1 campaign. Like, I know he's from the Black Ops 1 campaign. I know that's where he was originally from. But I think it's cool as hell that he now gets, you know, his own sort of character in Zombies rather than just appearing a little bit in Black Ops 1 and then just fucking disappearing. You don't really get a lot of freedom with having all in one like universe. You couldn't do BO3 zombies or IW zombies in the same sort of universe as Modern Warfare 2019. Sure, the COD campaigns can be fucking linked together. I don't care. They can do whatever with that. Zombies being its own universe gives the developers a lot of freedom to do all sorts of wackadoo shit, which Zombies is known for, honestly. I think the Chaos story should continue. Like, I like how they're sort of melding the Dark Ether story into the Chaos story. I do want to see what happens next after the, you know, Ancient Evil cutscene with Medusa or the Oracle or whatever the fuck. But honestly, I hope we find out what happens. I hope we find out what happens to the Chaos Gang. I do feel like we should at least get a continuation from that perspective. Our next hot take comes in from Etheric Soul, who says, hot take, nobody would like double tap if it were added into modern zombies. Treyarch wouldn't not add double tap 2.0 because the bullet splitting double damage effect would break the rarity in PAP systems already implemented. Rather it be double tap 1.0, and to this day the community still hates on double tap 1.0, despite it making each weapon class a lot stronger, mainly snipers and shotguns, but also helps them wonder weapons like the ray gun with its fire rate and thus DPS. It will be better than it was back in the day, because the makes you run out of ammo faster argument is non-existent in Modern Zombie to the ammo crates. I still think implementing its effect into the weapon rarity or PAP level system, maybe just weapons that need it. Snipers have especially suffered in Modern Zombies due to the lack of double tap, so it should be implemented one way or another. Well, this comment was from my last video, which was released before BO6. Hey there, past person who made this hot take comment. Have I got news for you? Well, firstly, yeah, they're most like snipers and shotguns in BO6 get an increased fire rate when you pack a bunch of them, like the LW3. Double tap 1 was more of a thing where it was sort of a thing you'd consider if your loadout needed it. You might consider it if you're running, for instance, the HK21 in Black Ops 1. That gun had a really slow fire rate and double tap helped a lot. Or any other gun with a slow fire rate. As you said, snipers and shotguns they weren't very popular weapon categories in Black Ops 1 admittedly, but they benefited. I think there would be people who complain, but people complain for the sake of complaining. But I think it'd be generally a good addition to BO6 and any other modern zombies game, to be honest. And our last hot take comes in from Panda Please, who talks about the majority of the takes from last video either being this thing isn't popular or whatever. And this thing is popular and really good, so it isn't actually good, and la-di-da, just contrarian boring shit. But then he says, a maybe hot take I had in mind recently was that BO4 did one thing very well and should be taken as an example for future games. Getting rid of Jug, Speed Cola and Quick Revive in solo, instead working them in another way. Stamina Up also counts with that. Does it? The only thing they do is improve something that is purposely bad. Perks that are basically mandatory aren't good. By not making them perks, it means people can actually experiment with different and unique perks instead of everyone using the same. Kind of agree, sort of, maybe. I feel like Jug, Double Tap, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, they're all sort of, they're crutch perks, is what I want to say. Like, they're perks that if you don't run them, you're basically fucked. You saw how it went with BO4. People fucking complained. People, they did not like that those are gone. Yes, I feel like there is like a problem with these perks and like the fact they are mandatory, but then if you have Jug, if you have the health benefit from Jug off the bat, then the early game is a fucking cakewalk. The way perks were like introduced in World at War and the way perks were introduced in Black Ops are so different that's sort of made this problem now of these perks are necessary, what's the point in using all these other perks? Like, on the one hand, they've sort of become so iconic and such beloved features by most, that removing them isn't really an option, CBO4, but at the same time, there is a problem with them being there because you can't really... This is why more maps need to have mechanics which give you more perk slots. I know this isn't really a problem with Modern Zombie because there is no perk limit. You don't really have a perk limit. Most of the rework from BO4 are in Modern Zombies, save for the Speed Cola and Jug health thing. You know what, this is making me think, and I'm not used to thinking, I'm more of a no-faults head-endy kind of guy. God. How dare you make me think? Anyway, that's the end of the hot takes. That was a lot of rambling. Jesus Christ. Right, I've now got to edit all this and make it less like the ramblings of a deranged old man and make myself seem more sane. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Leave some more hot takes in the comments below. I'll be doing more of this, obviously. Yes, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.